With karate, I'll kick your ass. Hit to Tiananmen Square. Oh yeah,
Hey tubers. Today we are going to be taking a look at a few titles coming out in the near future. Take a look at one of my favorite PS1 classics that you can play right on your PC if you're internet savvy enough. And take a look at everyone's real-life tribes. First we'll take a look at a game called Borderlands. I just don't know how this one will turn out. It's been released already, by the way. It's got all the fancy cell shading, and I see where they were going with the kill things to buy things upgrading system. But with all of the other shooters out there, do you guys think it will compete? Call of Duty 4 has an upgrading system too, and in my opinion, will keep players long after its sequels hit the shelves. On top of that, COD 4 is across all platforms including PC. Its fanbase is huge, and that's just one FPS. We haven't even touched on Killzone 2, Counter-Strike, or Unreal Tournament. Those just seem like big shoes to fill. Anyways, here's some screenshots of the game, and don't get me wrong, it looks damn good. And this one showed up in Google literally 20 times while I was looking for screenshots, so it must be the most important one. Yeah. I don't know why either.
Perversion increased by 1 point.
Our next title is for the Nintendo DS. I believe it's number 36 in the series, titled Legend of Zelda: Spirit Tracks. Yes, Link has put down the boat license, apparently murdered his three colorful twins and talking cap, and picked up his conductor's hat with a game chock full of puzzles, bosses, and well, another Zelda to save. I'm sorry tubers, I've been a Zelda fan for a very long time, but he seriously needs to just cage that bitch. Control your woman, Link, it's affecting your loyal fans. Now, the game comes out December 7th, and for a DS game, it does look alright. I just wish they would stop regurgitating the same plot over and over with a different means of transportation as their sorry excuse for originality. Not to say that I'm a storyline master or anything, but after 22 years you'd think Zelda would learn to just stay out of harm's way, or defend herself. Either way, it looks like it'll be another good time waster for you handheld fanatics. Now onto the good stuff. Assassin's Creed 2. I don't know about you guys, but I've been waiting for this game since I beat AC1. Sure, the first one had its minor flaws, but the storyline was so epic. The only complaints I had about it were that the controls were a bit wonky at times, and for Altair being a great assassin, I always wondered why he was never taught to swim. Screenshot time. I could only really find artwork on the game, but even that gets my panties wet. But to make up for it, I linked the conference demo in the sidebar to my left. The game comes out November 17th. I must be honest, when I first heard the origin of the main character I was a bit turned off, and I still hope he doesn't have a really strong French accent. But I have to admit, I haven't rooted that hard for a Frenchman since, well, Ratchet & Clank: Crack in Time hits shelves October 27th. I want you to see the look in my eyes when I tell you that I have never, never, never been let down by one of these games, and I by no means expect any less of this title. I absolutely love the upgrades, the collectibles are awesome and never too overdone, the Easter eggs are nicely placed, and the puns are hilarious. I'm definitely going to pick this title up, so you'll probably see a review on it shortly after I begin playing it. Here's the screenshots I have on it. Just looking at those I have a good idea where they are going with the plot. If you saw the close-up on the character and read the title, you probably get it too, but I don't want to ruin anything that I might or might not have already figured out. Either way, if you have yet to play the earlier RNC games, I would highly recommend that you pick them up. Half.com sells them very cheap now, and believe me, they are treasured gems to add to your gaming collection. Now onto my classic of the week. This is a PS1 title called Chrono Cross. It was released in the US on August 15 of 2000, and was a sequel to Chrono Trigger, an SNES title done in early 1995. Both were done by Squaresoft, known now as Square Enix, the creators of the infamous Final Fantasy series.
Final Fantasy VII was the best game ever lol lol lol.
Anyway, the game has one of the most unique and riveting stories that I have ever spent 60+ hours playing through. I must warn you though, it's old school RPG gaming, so literary skills are a must for this game. Voiceovers were non-existent back then. Those were the good days. One of the most interesting things about Chrono Cross was that even though it's an older title, you have so many paths to choose from that will lead the main character into many different alliances with different characters in the game. Another thing I must warn you about. Last I checked, this game was still around $40 for a good copy. But like I said at the beginning of the show, if you're net savvy enough, this title is available to play on your PC. Free of cost. Of course, I can't share those details on YouTube. It's against not only the agreements of the site, but federal law. But browse around Google long enough, and you'll learn how to do it. Now onto something serious. A lot of you follow the user by the name of Dan Brown, username Pogobat. I myself am one of his subscribers. One of his current videos touched base on a lecture by a man by the name of David Logan whom talks about people's tribes. Now you may be asking, why are you calling me an aborigine? But if you listen to the lecture, you'll find that he discusses the way people rank themselves in society, and how they rank their tribes, or social groups of people around them. A level 1 tribe believes that all life pretty much revolves around resolving conflict with more conflict, i.e. war, or killing one another for their own gain. They're not too interested in the feelings of anyone else, or themselves for that matter. A level 2 tribe has the mindset that they are worthless and everyone else is better, which is a step up from a level 1, but still results in conflict for the revolving tribe. A level 3 tribe is the reverse of a level 2. They believe that they are the alpha and everyone else should be subservient to them. This is where most wars are started. A level 4 tribe is the first level that fully understands that they are a full tribe. By saying that I mean, they are motivated and cooperate with one another in the mind set that they will get something accomplished more efficiently by doing so as a group. Finally, a level 5 tribe is the actual alpha level. They understand that all tribes are alike and different in their own ways, and they attempt to capitalize on that. They understand that war and fighting is pointless because everyone has their own set of problems. Now, the reason I tell you this is not to try to change your life, but if it gives you an idea, that's great. I'm doing this because that lecture gave me an idea, and I'm passing it along. With all the resources we have today, it's not hard to do it all. Well, that's all I have for you today.